Hi, I'm Pavish. Today we're going to be talking about the Tower Pro 9G servo and yes, the problems with it and how to fix it. Let's go. Before the dive in, I'm just going to assume that you are here with the knowledge of what a servo is, where it is used and how it is used. If you don't, do not worry, I have links in the description below that might help you to learn it better. In a brief, I can say that a servo is a small motor that has the ability to turn its shaft precisely at any angle between 0 degrees and 180 degrees. We can use a controller to command the servo to turn to any angle between 0 and 180 degrees. The servo should rotate to that angle and stay there until the next command. All around the world, many hobbyists use these in their robotics and automation projects due to three factors. They are very small, they weigh very less, and they are pretty cheap. But these have a problem. These servos can't actually rotate a complete of 180 degrees. It's kind of a bummer since that's the actual definition of a servo. And here is the Tower Pro 9G servo we've been talking about. As you can see, I have attached a knob to it so as you can see how much it rotates. Now we can say it's approximately looks more than 180 degrees. I will try to measure it with this. Before that, I'm going to upload a program to the Arduino to which it is connected to. That controller will actually instruct the servo to go from 0 to 180, then again from 180 to 0, and it goes in a loop. So let us try that. I'm going to upload it. See, just like I said, the program instructs the servo to go from 0 to 180, then from 180 to 0. But when looking at this vaguely, we can see that it's not actually rotating the 180 degrees it is supposed to rotate. And to prove that, I have a protractor here which we can use to measure this angle, and I'll try to put this. Okay, it's a bit hard to show the perfect angle. I'll actually try to build something in which we can fit this servo and show you the exact angle.
346 minutes later.
And here's the setup. This setup can hold the servo as well as the protractor so that we don't have to hold it by hand to find the angle. Since we are not holding it by hand, the angle would be precise. And let us fix it. So, let's connect this first. I made this using just hacksaw blades and having a heated knife. I just carved out this space using a heated knife. This is the exact measure of the base of the servo so that it could go directly in. For that, I have to pass the wire through this. So here's the setup. I have actually attached a needle to the knob so that we can have a precise reading here, and it's a bit above the knob so it won't have a risk of rubbing against the protractor. And I'm going to run the same sweep program right now. it starts to rotate. We can observe it goes to 140 here and 350 there. It's not actual. I'll adjust the angles. So there's 180. It should come and stop at 0. No, it is stopping at 20. 180, 20, 180 and 20. So it goes on like this. As you can see, the servo is actually rotating from 20 degrees to 180 degrees. When I turn off the program, I turned off the program and I'll try to move it by hand. See, I can move it to 195. So if I make this 0 and I move it here, it's going beyond 180. It's going up to 200. As we saw earlier, these servos can rotate from 0 to 180 when they are being turned by hand, but they are unable to do that when they are being controlled by an Arduino. There can be many reasons for this. The quality of the servo, a cheaper clone of the real deal maybe, but every TowerPro 9G servo that I ever bought showed the same error. Now this called for an investigative approach. After some digging, I found out that the problem was not with the servos, but actually in the library that we use for it. The servo.h library has defined something called the minimum and maximum pulse width. This indicates the range of the PWM signal's pulse width that the Arduino used to control the servo. We can increase the range of the pulse width by decreasing the minimum pulse width value and increasing the maximum pulse width value. But giving pulse values way below and above without knowing how much the servo can handle will burn the servo's chip. So how can we rectify this? Just like the servo write function in the servo.h library, there's another function called as the servo write microsecond. This function gives the user direct control over the servo's pulse width. Let's see how we can use this function to rectify the servo's rotation limit. Here is a setup I created to find the minimum and maximum pulse width values that are required for the servo to rotate from 0 to 180 degrees completely. This is actually a more enhanced version of the knob program that you find in the Arduino library. In the knob example, we will be using one potentiometer to control the sweep of the servo. Here, we are going to use 3 potentiometers, each having different resolutions, to control the precise values of the servo. This is an Arduino sketch, which is basically an enhanced version of the knob example that is given in the servo library. Here, I have used the servo.h library, attached a servo object. I have given the analog pins the proper resolutions. One is going to be in resolution of hundreds, the other is going to be in 10, and the other is going to be in 2s. The servo pin is 9. I have declared some variables here, which we will be using again to serial print and serial monitor. In the servo attach function, we have 3 arguments here. The first one is the pin to which the servo is being attached. The second one is the minimum pulse width value that we are redefining. The third one is the maximum pulse width value that we are redefining. That means the servo can now rotate from 400 microseconds to 2600 microseconds. Here we are reading the potentiometer values, mapping it to certain. So basically, it reads the knobs, use the values to calculate the microseconds, write the microseconds to the servo, print the microseconds to the serial monitor, then it will wait for the new value and it has a delay. This delay is actually a safety function, you can see it everywhere. So let's upload this program. I'll open the serial monitor. We're going to tune the values. These are in hundreds. So we're trying to find the minimum value right now. It seems like there is no movement under 500. So the minimum value is going to be 500. And for the maximum value, So the maximum value is 2500. Let's put this into the code and try to find out whether it has worked or not. So again, I'm going to open the servo sweep function. So we are going to make some changes in this servo sweep program. We're going to add the minimum pulse width as 500, the maximum pulse width as 2500. By redefining the minimum and maximum pulse width values, we have enabled the servo to rotate more degrees. Now we can see that it can rotate up to 175 degrees, and that's the maximum this servo can go right now because I have burnt another 5 degrees. So for each servo, I'm not sure whether this is going to be the minimum and maximum values which are same, but for an average of 3 to 4 servos which I have tested, this was the same value, and some other servos actually gave me 0 to 180 complete. For the servos you might buy and use, you can use the same values and test it first. If that doesn't approve to you, I'll put links in the description for this particular setup, the circuit diagram and the sketch, so that you can test the values for your own servos. Hopefully you have learned something new about this servo and how to fix it. We'll meet next time with another project or a fix. Until then, like, comment and subscribe. Let's see you in another video. Bye.